Hey everyone, welcome to a new episode of Git Good at Open Transport Tycoon. Now, in the last episode, I connected all the coal mines to the little network that we built, and we actually used a newer train type for most of our trains. And because of that, we still have some older trains running. So as you can see, we have 20 trains now, and some of them have a different engine. So if we click on it, we can see that this engine has a max speed of 128 km per hour. And if we click another one, a newer one, we can see it has a max speed of 144 km per hour. What this means is that if one of these slower trains is in front of one of these faster trains, it will keep holding it up, and it will have to wait a lot of times for red signals. So that's something we don't want. It will lead to traffic jams. So yeah, the best thing we can do now is just replace these slower trains with the newer, faster type. Now, we could just send every train to the depot manually and then manually replace it, but thankfully Open Transport Tycoon added a function to the game that will allow you to easily replace trains. Now, something you'll want to do is have enough depots along your train tracks. I usually make the depots near stations, but it's usually also a good idea to have a few on your main line. When you have depots on your main line, you should build them with a little bit of a buffer track. So I'll show you what I mean with that. So let's build a depot here. We want the trains to have a little bit of space here to go to the depot. Because if you make the depot right next to the track, they will block the main track for a long time because they enter the depot quite slowly usually. So let's finish the track here to the depot. Let's make some signals. Alright. Anyway, this is just an example. So now let's replace our older trains with the newer train type. So to do that, we click here on the train icon, and then here at the bottom there's this manage list drop down menu. We hold it down with the mouse and we press replace vehicles and then let go of the mouse button. Now here you can see on the left you can see all the trains that you have in use. So we have 5 of the Ginsu A4 and 15 of the SH8P. Now we want to replace our Ginsu A4 trains and replace them with the SH8P. So on the left we select the Ginsu A4, on the right we select the newer train, and we just press the start replacing button here. You can also select replace only old vehicles, but we want to replace all vehicles now, so let's do that. And when you do that, you can see this little arrow button here, or the arrow icon here, which means that your trains are being replaced. It's as simple as that. So now, as soon as these older trains, if they are not in a station, they will look for a depot along their route and they will use it to replace their engines and change them to the newer type. Now, later in the game, you may also get some double trains, or double engines, I mean. So then usually there's an engine car at the front and one at the back of the train. They usually look like this, and they're twice as long as the normal trains. Now, all our stations in this map are 7 tiles long, so we also want our trains to be 7 tiles long. Because if the train is longer than your station, then loading and unloading will take much longer. So, if we have an old train type that's half a tile long, and later we want to replace it with one that's twice as long, then we don't want the trains to get bigger because of that. And then you can select car removal. If you turn car removal on, then if you replace the engine of the train and it would get longer because of the newer engine type, then it will actually remove wagons just to keep the train length the same. Anyway, this replacing also works for road vehicles. Well, I don't have any road vehicles yet in this map, so again, this option is grayed out, but it works exactly the same there, and it also works for ships and airplanes. Anyway, that's all about replacing your vehicles. This was probably an easy tutorial to follow, and you will probably have to use this quite a few times throughout a playthrough of a map. Alright, hope to see you again in the next video. See you later.